calling all members of the in crowd. If you want to get in on the action, we want to hear from you. Hit us up, faderoutemail@gmail.com, or slide in our DMs on IG at FadeRoutePodcast, or drop us a line on X at FadeRouteDNZ. You can find us on Facebook, The Fade Route with DNZ. We're on Spreaker. We're on YouTube, The Fade Route with DNZ. Catch our videos. Like, subscribe, share, tell your friends, and spread the word. It's the In Route, where friends of the show get a special segment with us. Want to be part of the action? Want to be the newest member of the In crowd? You know what to do. Hit us up, faderoutemail@gmail.com, or slide in those DMs on Fade Route Podcast on IG, or hit that Twitter, FadeRouteDNZ.
Joining us on the In Route, we have former Spack and Kill head coach Clinton DeSouza. Thanks for coming on, Clinton.
Thanks for having me. Always fun to talk about my New York teams.
Welcome back, Coach.
He's happy about his New York teams.
How could you not
So we'll start you off with this. The New York Knicks are up 2-0, heading down to Philly, feeling pretty good about themselves. How are they maintaining success without Julius Randle?
Role players, man. This team's got a lot of grit, got a lot of resilience, got a lot of heart. Their best player, in my opinion, has been Josh Hart. Just like his all-around game and hitting some big threes, facilitating the offense. I mean, they've taken Jalen Brunson out of the game. So they're really, he's hitting his shots when needed, I guess. He got that lucky bounce. But honestly, it's DiVincenzo, it was Deuce McBride, it was Hartenstein. So those role players are outplaying the role players on the 76ers. It's Embiid and Maxey, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah, that's it. And Hartenstein's going to have to be a guy they're going to have to bring back now.
Definitely.
And Jalen is struggling with his shot, but he's drawing attention. And the other guys are stepping up and making plays because of that. And that's exactly what you want. You couldn't ask for anything more.
Absolutely. And I give them a lot of credit because, honestly, when they started to foul and Kyle Lowry was going to the free throw line, I'm like, oh, man, all right, 1-1. Let's do this. They obviously didn't think that. They didn't think it.
But the thing is like, I was talking to Zeke earlier in the show on how many times have you been on the other side of what happened last night? How many times have you been the team that didn't get the lucky bounce, that the team scored 8 points in 30 seconds and you've seen 100 of those games and lost them, and last night you won.
What was I don't know, a 10-year-old 11-year-old kid watching Reggie Miller do the choke sign to Spike Lee, so yes, absolutely.
So we know Jalen Brunson has only been a Knick for 2 years, but how far is he creeping up the all-time Knick ladder? Has he passed Melo? Has he passed LJ? Where would you rank him at this moment?
Man, actually, me and my brothers were all texting last night just like about the former Knicks being there, and John Starks basically cheering on the court.
I got to get in that group chat.
Yeah. And,
John Starks was fired up.
But no other NBA franchise has, I don't know, or at least I don't think has that kind of energy with former players. Like I saw Stephon Marbury put out a video today that they almost treat it like it's their alma mater, like they went to school there, and they want to see, they're thirsty for success. Where Jalen Brunson is, in my opinion, he has to do it in the playoffs. John Starks, it was hit or miss for him, but he got us to a finals. LJ making that big shot in the playoffs. So to me, he's definitely a regular season stud and someone who, without him, we're nowhere near the second seed. Maybe not even in the playoffs, really. But he's now got to, and they're taking him away. And I give 76ers credit, but he's got to find a way to go better than 8 for 26.
Yeah. But, let's face it. Embiid is hurt. Jimmy Butler's out. Zion Williamson is hurt. Giannis is hurt. will making the NBA Finals this year mean as much, knowing so many teams limped into the playoffs in the East this year?
If they make the final, legit, I don't care who's hurt. After I dealt with Aaron Rodgers and a torn Achilles and Julius Randle playing with my heartstrings all season and then just, tearing them apart at the end. Nah. I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to hear the 76ers saying they called timeout or that the refs did this. All that garbage. They can talk. If
there was a lot of contact at the end of that game, right? There was a lot of contact.
Yeah, well, watch how Maxey got the ball. He pushed Josh Hart straight in the chest.
I think Maxey traveled too. I don't know why anybody didn't call it travel. He fell on the ground.
No, it's the NBA. They don't call travel in the NBA.
Oh, right.
The chatter about the refs, all the chatter about that last play. They had a chance. DiVincenzo missed the first three. No one boxed out.
Of course he did.
Rebound. No one talks about that. How about that, Nick Nurse? Nah, I don't play with that. That's loser mentality.
Unfortunately, it's loser mentality. It's backed up by the NBA 2-minute report. So that's the thing. It's out there now. So that's the BS that we have to live with. So the whining and the crying is one thing, but when you're crying, that just rubs me the wrong way. But speaking of whining and crying, start spread in the news.
Yeah,
he left on Monday. Denver. Zach Wilson is no longer a Jet. He's no longer a part of the organization. Zach Wilson is gone. So after 3 miserable seasons, the Jets were able to trade him to the Broncos for scraps, and they had to kick in a pick on top of it. So Wilson and a pick.
And they had to pay half his salary.
And they had to pay half his salary. I forgot that. Yes, that too. Yes. So what will you remember most about the Zach Wilson error?
Yeah. They couldn't even give him away for free. Did you say error or era? Because I'm gonna call it a big error. Honestly, this is the one state that Joe Douglas has. Like in my book, he's had some moments where I'm like, wow, he pulls off these free agent deals, pulls off the Aaron Rodgers thing, pulls off an epic draft in 2022. But man, he got the quarterback wrong. He honestly, Zach Wilson's best story is that he was a MILF hunter. Like, I don't know. Like, there's nothing on the field that he did that I'm like, whoa. His pro day at BYU is still his best throw. So, yeah, good riddance, goodbye, good luck. If Jared Stidham beats him out, everything was true.
He could wear the fuck out of a headband. There we go. There it is.
That's true. Yes.
So the draft is imminent. It's on Thursday. And experts say that this is a deep quarterback wideout draft. So who do you hope is on the board for the Jets to take at number 10?
Wow. So my heart wants an offensive tackle or Marvin Harrison Jr. I know the top tackle, Joe Alt, would have to be a trade up. I know Marvin Harrison Jr. would have to be a trade up. So I would be okay with Brock Bowers. I think we've never had a legit tight end weapon. Tyler Conkling's okay, but he's not like anything a superstar. I think Brock would be great with Aaron if Aaron plays. So, it's a solid pick. He's a blocker and a receiver, so kind of a mixture of both. But I don't know. I don't necessarily trust the Jets to get this right. I do think they probably trade out to get more draft capital.
That's fair.
If Bo Nix is there at 10,
no. What are you nuts? No, you trade back and get him in the 4th round where he's going to get back.
Where the real quarterbacks play.
Oh my God. They did this with Jordan Love. We've seen this before. We've seen Aaron Rodgers' reaction to that. So I don't think it's a good idea.
Yeah. I know he knows that we're going to need a young quarterback, but right now they are fully invested into win now with the old people mode. So they just got to Just go all in with it. You got
What year is
Tyron
this?
Smith and Morgan Moses as your tackles, and you got Tyrod Taylor and Aaron Rodgers as your quarterbacks. Like, just go with.
Seriously,
this
what
is
year
it
is
or
this?
it's not, and
Like,
we rebuild again next year.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
So, Coach, we'll get you ahead here on this. You know football talent better than the average person, and you sent many guys to D1 football. So, we think you got the eye. So, who do you think will be the first 5 picks in the draft? And feel free to move teams around via trade. So, the floor is yours. Your top 5.
Okay, so I am hearing the Giants are looking to trade up to draft Drake May. I do, in my opinion, I think Drake May is the better quarterback. Maybe I'm just very much burned and biased against USC quarterbacks at this point. I hate them. So I'm glad the Jets aren't picking in the top 5 because if we pick Caleb Williams, I'd be very angry. But I do think the Bears pick Caleb. They traded Justin Fields away. Makes sense for them. If I would be hard pressed for Washington to trade with the Giants. So unless the Giants are willing to mortgage the rest of their life for Drake May, I don't think that's happening. So Drake May goes to Washington. I could see, in my opinion, I think Jaden Daniels is more of a wild card. I don't think his frame is an NFL frame quite yet. He's got to hit the weight room. So I think the Patriots go J.J. McCarthy and surprise some people. And then at 4, I think the Cardinals get their next Larry Fitzgerald and they get Marvin Harrison Jr. And then I think they go the Chargers go Joe Alt because they got to protect Justin Herbert. So I think that's how the 5 shake out if there's no trades. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants start sniffing around those areas, especially if Washington goes Jaden Daniels.
Solid. And you think any of the big trades, any of the big rumors happen? Because we know that the Vikings are sniffing around Herbert instead of moving up in the draft. And there's idea that somehow Marvin Harrison's sliding back. Do you buy into any of this at this point?
I mean, I would love Marvin Harrison to slide back, personally, but I don't buy into that. I think he's a legit stud and a game changer at a wide receiver 1. I would be interested to see the Vikings try to make that play. I have a good friend who's a Vikings fan who's actually very excited about Sam Darnold. So go figure. I don't know.
He's not the only one.
I can see them trying to.
I think you have a jersey for him.
I have a black Jet jersey he could have. So like the idea of them messing around and trying to get Justin Herbert, I don't know. Like that's if Harbaugh gets his guy at J.J. McCarthy. So it depends on how that shakes out. If they get J.J. McCarthy, yeah, they're moving on from Justin Herbert, no doubt about it.
Well, I mean, we don't have much longer to wait, thankfully, and it's all gonna shake out.
I know.
So get your popcorn ready, and we will be on the couch for this, unless anybody's planning on going to a draft party. So that's gonna be.
Nah, I'm not going to the
No, thank you.
And Knicks are playing at the same time, so I'm going to have the draft on my phone and the Knicks on the TV because this wasn't – why do they need 2 nights off in the NBA? Makes no sense to me. It's Philly. You can drive a bus there.
No, it's 100% right. And you're 100%. You could.
You could drive a bus there.
You could. You can take the entry. Be there in a few hours.
Yeah,
well,
it's ridiculous.
In the infinite wisdom of the NBA, it's another but former Spack and Kill head coach Clinton DeSouza, thank you for coming on, joining the in crowd again. And if you guys want to be a member and join us on the in route, hit us up faderoutemail@gmail.com or slide in our DMs on IG at faderoutepodcast, or drop us a line on X at faderoutednz. Coach Clinton DeSouza, thanks for coming on, brother, and we will definitely talk again soon.
All right. Can't wait. When the Knicks make the finals, I'll be your special guest. Yeah.
Consider it booked.
Guys.
Our insider.
Thanks for listening to this episode of our podcast. If you like what you heard and want to hear more, be sure to like and subscribe on your favorite podcast platform. Rate us 5 stars, leave us a review, turn on subscription notifications, and tell your friends. Spread the word, spread it wide.